Interesting time to be doing a hockey bit for the Badger Lightning. This is Reese Olson, an incoming junior with some mixed news, I guess. She's had 2 great seasons with the Badger Lightning, been on the top line for both her seasons there. She'll be moving to California in the next couple weeks and then beginning some new chapters in her hockey career. It all started in Baraboo, though. You played there as a youth skater. What year did you, or how old were you when you first started playing hockey?
I was probably around 7 years old.
Okay. And were you always a forward?
Yep.
Okay. And you took to that well. Did you, I'm assuming that you played a couple years in just basic youth hockey before you went to the girls' side?
Yep, I played up until like a second-year squirt.
Okay. And then you played with the Badger Lightning all the way up. Okay. And you were busy. Hockey is your only sport, is it?
I did play soccer.
Oh, okay.
As well, yeah.
Okay. So, and you didn't play hockey year-round, but pretty close, up through the youth years. And then Blue Devils, you said, in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And as of a couple years ago, you played wheel,
Yep.
the all-star hockey in the fall as well. When did you first start playing the summer hockey?
I started playing Blue Devils 3 years ago. This was my 3rd year this last spring, and I did wheel for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you playing on the one team. The one season was kind of nice. It was actually based out of the Dells here, so it was kind of nice. Okay, so the thing I've always liked about you as a player is that you fit in well on this Lightning team because you did have kind of an aggressive nature. You play, you're not afraid to get physical on the wall and stuff like that. But, and this is something I'm sure Coach Capeman really appreciated, while you totaled 18 goals and 43 points in 2 seasons, but only 20 minutes in penalties. So you're able to do it in a way that didn't make the referee's arm go up. What sort of got you to play that way?
I've always been aggressive, but I tend to watch like the tripping and the hooking and watch where my stick is, but sometimes it's an accident.
Yeah. So would you say, and I don't remember the penalties you got. You only got 10 penalties, so there's not that many. But were they mostly out of aggression or just...
some of them were like body checking and stuff like that, but some of them I got caught like tripping people or something like that on accident, like my stick got caught up.
Okay. That's, to me, that's the thing that's really made the Lightning get to the level they've gotten to in recent years, is that I wouldn't say that they were passive before, but they were definitely... they play with a chip on their shoulder. But the leaders, I'm talking about Kaepner and Bella and yourself and Valerie, definitely aren't going to let anybody better you. But at the same time, you're able to kind of not take it too personal too, right? Yeah. So what was the difference for you going from, say, youth hockey to the Blue Devils?
It was definitely like, well, from youth hockey to Blue Devils, it was a lot more competitive.
Right.
Because you're playing all these like really good teams who come together. Like a lot of them were like selects teams where you just brought everybody from like the Minnesota area. So it was definitely a lot more competitive. But compared to the high school season, I just think it was different with having all these girls come from everywhere around, and then you just have to play with all these different girls, and it's not playing with girls in your area. Right.
And after years of playing against them, you knew them well. Was the chemistry pretty much instant? Like it's kind of a dream come true to play with just players that are playing more at your own level, I suppose.
Yeah, it was definitely really nice, and then going back into the regular season and playing against them was always fun too, because then you know them.
Right, and that's continued right up through the varsity too. I know you're familiar with, especially I think the Cap City Cougars. I think you guys know a lot of players on that team. Yeah. So did you have any kind of goals in your first year as a freshman, because you really made your presence felt almost immediately? Like, did you have a feeling it was going to work out like that?
Well, I wasn't really sure what to expect coming into the high school season. I just really wanted to give my best because I wanted to be like one of those younger girls that comes up and really makes a difference. But I just wanted to give 100%.
Okay. And what kind of role do you think you play? Like, I mean, obviously you're a goal scorer. There's no doubt about that. But you're not afraid to go to the corners and things like that as well, to get the puck out to the front. How do you see your role, I guess, with the Lightning in particular?
I think my role with the Lightning was just to be somebody to like get in there with 50-50 pucks and not be afraid to push people around and just do what I have to do to get the puck.
Okay. Who had the biggest influence on your hockey career, like going back to when you were a youngster?
Like youth?
Yeah.
I definitely think Rick had one of my biggest influences, along with Greg Sarno, because he was my first coach. But I definitely think Rick had one of the biggest influences on me because he saw my potential when I was like 8 years old, and he came up to me and told me that he wanted me on the girls team. I was very skeptical about it. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to get into the girls team, and because I didn't know what to expect, but I did it, and he definitely had one of the biggest influences on me making a better player.
Okay, yeah, talking about Coach Caper, obviously, who I guess you've had almost all the way through then, really. Yeah, what was that transition like to go from the to the like just regular youth hockey to going to an all girls team? Was it something that took a minute to get used to?
It definitely did, because I was obviously playing with boys and girls in youth, and then I go to an all-girls team, but it was really nice because I had better chemistry with the girls than I did with the co-ed team.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And as far as the physicality and stuff like that, it's really no different at squirt. I mean, there's no contact in either anyway.
Yeah.
And at that age, girls tend to be a little bit bigger too. So
Yeah.
Is there any games that stick out for you, or goals that you remember, anything like that?
I definitely, the one game from this year was beating Cap City the first time this season in, what was it, like 10 years? And I just remember my assist to Kayla on the power play.
Okay. Yeah, that one is kind of interesting too, because, Sun Prairie has been such a sad place, for the Lightning. I can't tell you how many times I remember being there in the playoffs, and it wasn't even close. So to get them in the regular season, and of course to follow that up with the playoff win too, that's pretty huge. So moving to as far as, if I got it right, it was the San Jose area, and you're already committed to a AAA team there. So you'll obviously be missed by the Lightning, and I think if I was thinking about the season coming up, because of graduations and stuff, you were going to play a pretty key role on the Lightning this season. So that's kind of disappointing, I guess. But at the same time, to jump into the AAA level, that's a really good opportunity for you, I think.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk to the coach in California at all, or has he said anything about the team or what to expect?
Well, I practiced with the U16 AAA team a few weeks ago.
Oh.
And that was when it was their regular season still.
Okay.
And so I got to know that coach, but then I tried out for the U16 AAA team, and I made the U19 AAA team. So I have a different coach.
Okay. So yeah, that's a big step. That's going to be playing with basically with women, I guess. Yeah. And then there's no varsity program in the San Jose area?
No, it's all their high school sports. There's one girls hockey high school sport in California.
Oh, okay.
And it's not close to San Jose.
Oh, okay. So with AAA, obviously you're going to get some great instruction. There has to be, just because of the pro team there has to be some big influences, on the team and stuff like that. The one thing that some people maybe find difficult with AAA is just the travel.
Yeah.
I would think you're going to be probably going all over the country. So what are your, like, is that something you're looking forward to, or is that going to be a little bit difficult?
I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for me. I think it will be a little bit difficult with school and whatever, depending on how far we have to travel. Because I know last year they did tournaments in Chicago, so that's really far.
Yeah, that's pretty much halfway across the country.
Yeah.
So they don't. Other than that, they don't like. Do they go out of state fairly often? I would think.
Yeah, they do. They have mainly this year we'll have in-state tournaments, but I know that there's a few out-of-state tournaments.
Okay. All right. And then so different goals and that kind of thing. Do you think you'll play the same kind of role with the team at the AAA level, or have you gotten to know the other girls at all?
I got to know the girls who made the U16 AAA team,
Oh.
but I think that I could continue to play the same role as I did on Badger Lightning.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess in general, congrats on a great half career with the
Thank you.
with the Lightning. You're on pace to really rack up some points, but you know, people are going to be happy to hear you're getting this great opportunity, and hopefully we'll hear some more from you down the road.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Reese.